Did you realize that several years ago, Medicare for most people started at the age of 65? Well, guess what? It still starts at the age of 65. Most people are confused about how Social Security works at 67 years of age. In today's video, I'm gonna walk you through how to get your Medicare started, when does it start, how long does it take to get it started, and so much more. Stick around, I'll be back in just a second. Hey, so years ago, 18 plus years ago, I got into the Medicare space, enrolling and helping people in Medicare health plans. Back then, people that turned 65 actually became eligible for Medicare, and also they would qualify for their full retirement age at 67 or 65 years of age. So fast forward, anybody that was at 1960 and above, their full retirement age is 67 years of age. So what does that mean for Medicare? Well, a couple things. One, a lot of people are not going ahead and enrolling into the Social Security until their full retirement age of 67. So it leaves this 2-year window that previously, for people prior to that was born prior to 1960, they would a lot of times enroll into Medicare Part A and Part B automatically based on they were qualifying and enrolling and drawing their Social Security at the age of 65. Well, hopefully you're asking the question, well, why is that? It's a great question. I'm going to explain it to you. 100 days prior to when somebody enrolls into Social Security at the age of 65, and this would have been for people that qualified for full retirement age at 65 years of age based on their birth date year. Okay, the full retirement chart you can find below as well if you want to be able to look at that. But that's based on their birth date year. Most people were retiring from their employer job, going on Social Security, and then 100 days prior when they did that, their Medicare Part A and Part B card would be sent to them automatically. So if you're enrolling into Medicare, apart from enrolling into Medicare Supplement, you actually have to take the steps to enroll into your Medicare Part A and Part B to go effective on your 65th birthday. If not, you will not be enrolled automatically. Now, if you enrolled into Social Security for 65 years of age, or you went ahead and started drawing Social Security early at like 62, when you turn 65, it's going to automatically enroll you. The system, Social Security system, is going to enroll you automatically into Medicare Part A and Part B. Now, stick around for just a second. I'm going to walk you through a couple of other important indicators of what to do and what not to do when enrolling into Medicare, and how long does it take to start your Medicare. So we just figured out that if you are drawing Social Security at 62 years of age to 65 years of age, and you're thinking like, what do I do to enroll into Medicare? Well, guess what? You don't really have to do anything, because Medicare is going to enroll automatically. You're going to get your card about 100 days out, and then 90 days out, I would say 90 to 6 months out, you want to start talking to a licensed professional to guide you through what options you have. And that's something like we could do. And you click below and schedule a time. We'd love to be able to educate you. And you may be just looking at your different options, trying to fill out exactly what am I going to do or not do. Now, if you're not going to draw your Social Security, let's say you're waiting for your 67th birthday because you were born in 1962 and your full retirement age is 67, and you're not going to be drawing your Social Security at 65. You're waiting for your full retirement age. Well, guess what? You're going to have to apply for your Medicare Part A and Part B. Again, we have a guidebook below that walks you through the steps, but it's very important to understand that you're going to start doing that process 3 months out. And so what will happen is you will apply for your Part A and Part B through the Social Security website. Now, typically that happens in about 7 working days. It can happen quicker, 3 to 5 days. Well, we normally tell people if you electronically go in and apply, then you want to get back on your ssa.gov and see if your Medicare Part A and Part B is showing up. If your Medicare claim number is appearing, then you should be able to see within a few days. If it's not showing, your Part A and Part B should be active and effective your birth date month. So let's say your birth date is in August. And let's say, like me, it's August the 13th, 1975. Just in case you want to mark that down and send me a present, I will take cash, check, or gift cards. Or if you want to send me a pigeon or a dove, it's fine as well. But so when would my Medicare Part A and Part B start if my birth date year was 1962? Well, great question. It would actually be starting August the 1st. My Part A and Part B services for Medicare would begin on that first day of the month. It would not wait till my birthday. So here's the only caveat rule to that. If your birthday falls on the first day of the month, then the subsequent month prior, which would be July 1st, your Medicare Part A and Part B coverage begins. So always remember, if your birthday falls on the 1st, It's always the month before when your Medicare Part A and Part B would start. So why is it important to go out here about 90 days prior and apply for your Part A and Part B? Well, one, you're going to make sure your Medicare Part A and Part B starts on your birth date month, on the first day of the month. The second thing is you need some time to ensure that your Part A and Part B is in effect. You've got your Medicare card. Now with the age of technology and stuff, if you have your Social Security number and you're confused whether or not you applied correctly, you can actually call an agency like us. We can actually call in or get online and look and see if your Medicare Part A and Part B is active. We can actually call into a phone line and verify to see if your Part A and Part B coverage has been instituted for your August the 1st. If your August birthday, August the 1st has actually showing up in Medicare's system. Then we're going to begin to prepare for the process of enrolling you or you enrolling into a Medicare health plan. Now, stick around. I'm going to go over one last important detail when it comes to enrolling and what to be looking for when it comes to timelines and enrolling into Medicare. So a lot of times turning 65, if you're not going to draw Social Security, it's just taking the time 3 months to 6 months to be prepared. 3 months prior, you're going to apply going on ssa.gov. If you don't have a guide or a step process to do that, you can click below, get a guidebook, or you can schedule a time. We'll walk you through that process and send you the guidebook, and also just making sure that you have the correct forms and things like that. So if you go to ssa.gov and look up at the top, you're going to have a call to action to be able to enroll into Medicare, and you walk through the steps. So it's not complicated, but now I will say this. My own mother-in-law, when she was applying for a Medicare Part A and Part B, she actually went in and did the process. Lo and behold, what happened? Well, of course, it's my mother-in-law who loves me and cares for me and buys me nice Christmas gifts. She had an error message when applying for a Medicare Part A and Part B. Well, why is that? Well, she had to go to Social Security office to get this error message corrected, and then basically found out what happened was because she had not worked enough quarters, she was going to be drawing her Medicare based on my father-in-law's FICA that he had paid in because he's worked 40 quarters or 10 years or longer. So he's paid Medicare and Social Security in, and she was actually going to be drawing off of him. So there's actually a step that she missed. Well, going on and enrolling, she missed that step. It threw an error message, and she had to go to the Social Security office. She had to get some documentation, jump through a couple of hoops, and my wife was entertained that I did not inform her well enough for her to not have this error message. Well, guess what? It happens. Sometimes you can actually get on and do everything correct, and there's going to be an error or a flag, or we check a lot of times and we go, it's not there. And somebody can do a keystroke at the Social Security office or implementing your information in. So here's what I would suggest you doing. One, when you apply for Medicare, one of the things that I like to tell people to do, wait a week, and then call into your local Social Security office. Now, the Social Security office that you call into is going to be based on the Social Security ssa.gov/locator finder. That is going to be in our guidebook as well. It's going to tell you to look based in your zip code or your address, what Social Security office you're supposed to be contacting. You contact that Social Security office and you say, hey, this is Kelby Hightower. I applied for my Medicare Part A and Part B. I'm just trying to figure out if it's showing up in the system. And they're going to look up and they're going to say yes, or they may say no, it's still pending. The application is setting in pending status. And you could say, hey, it's really important for me to get this in place. Can you take a few moments and key that in for me now so it will start on time? And then I can move forward to enroll into a Medicare health plan. Most Social Security offices, the support staff will take the few seconds, take a few minutes, key it in, and then that is going to initiate and ensure that your application is going to go through. Then wait a few more days, and guess what? You can call an agency like us. We can look up and make sure your Medicare is showing active, and then walk you through the next steps of what it looks like to enroll into either a Medicare supplement, a Medicare Advantage, or a health plan of your choice. So it's very important to understand that if you have an error message, you're going to contact the local office associated with your address. You could have a Social Security office right around the corner that's in a different, in a sense, zip code than what is associated with your address could be on the other side of town. Just kind of like school districts. You know, it doesn't make sense that I live here. There's a school over here that I have to take my kids to. But there's a school right here that my kids don't qualify to go to because of school zones. Well, Medicare Social Security offices are based in zones, so you have to make sure you get that right, or you could be going to the wrong office that won't look up and help you. So if you have any additional questions, guys, you can reach out to us. You can click below. We've provided some resources, some tools. I would encourage you guys to find a local agency or an agency like us that you can talk to by phone. We can guide you through the process. If you have additional questions, you're like, hey, I've tried to sign up, I'm having problems, or I signed up, now I don't know what to do. Schedule it at a time. It'll allow you to allow us to make your life easy by making Medicare simple and to ensure that this complicated process called Medicare can be simplified for you.